So I'll tell you a background story, because we're talking about Trump, and of course he came on your show. I was speaking to one of his senior advisors prior to him agreeing to come on your show. And I was saying, hey, I would love to have President Trump for a chat and so on. He goes, oh, that's fantastic. What would you like to talk about? What angle would you like to do, to pursue? And I said, well, I think that a lot of people have this wrong impression of President Trump. If he was given a long format setting where we can just chat, people would see that he's funny and he's not this ogre. And of course, he came on your show. There's no point coming on my show once he's been on your show. And I think you did exactly that with him. So that a lot of people, several people that I know who hated Trump, after they sort of watched him on your show, they're like, he's kind of cool. And so that was exactly what I was hoping to do had I had the privilege of having him chat with me. And of course, you pulled it off.
Yeah, that's the only way to talk to people. And I wanted to do that with Harris, too. I wanted to be able to talk to her as a human, just have a conversation with I know there's a human in there. I know this whole system's fucked, but I've talked about this before, but there's this one interview that she does where she talks about meeting her mother and father-in-law for the first time. And it's so funny when she talks about her mother-in-law grabbing her face. It goes, "Oh, look at you!" And she's laughing, but she's laughing genuine. It's not that weird cackle, performative laugh that she does sometimes. It's really funny. And I'm like, there's a human in there. Like that would be fun to just talk to a person.
Obviously, you've spoken to thousands of people for 3-hour chunks. Do you think, had you had the opportunity, you would have been able to pull out 3 hours of worthwhile conversation with her?
I don't know. You don't know until you do it. You know, you don't know also based on people's conversations with other people, because people are different. To some people, they go into conversations like it's an interview, right? And so they can't establish a flow, right? A conversation like where you and I are having is a dance.
Exactly.
We're both moving. We're moving. We have to
I actually call it a tango, literally.
It is a tango. It's a tango. It's a dance, and you have to know that. And some people literally are having these things and don't know it's a tango.
Yeah.
They think that it's an opportunity for them to expose people's flaws or catch people in viral moments or an opportunity to flex your intellect. There's a bunch of things. So it fucks with the flow, because as a person listening, I want to feel a genuine conversation. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Right? And you can get that out of almost anybody if they're willing to do it. But that you have to be skillful in how you negotiate it and how you do it. You have to think about it like it's like a dance.
So I'm going to maybe be a bit more less charitable than you. I don't think she's capable of doing it, because it takes a couple of things to be able to do what you just said. Number one, it takes vulnerability in that you're laying yourself out there. Right now I'm speaking straight without any script.
Right.
And I might say something stupid that's going to be caught by millions of people, but I'm willing to take that chance for the joy of sitting and chatting with you. But if you're tight and you can't let yourself go, if you don't have the self-assuredness to be able to be vulnerable, then you can't. That's why she could only speak in those little chunks.
Perhaps, but it's also perhaps who is she talking to? Do they have the ability to, do they have the personality? Do they have whatever it is that allows people to be comfortable and have a conversation? Because all these conversations is just like the way I talk about like these rambling speeches that she does, which she kind of rambles on. It's because I know what it's like. She's trying to dismount. She doesn't know how to dismount. So it's pressure, right? But how is she verbally when there's no pressure? I bet she's a lot better. Everybody is. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
The goal is to talk to her like a human. Like there was a few things they didn't want to talk about. I said, I don't care. We could talk about fucking groceries. I don't give a shit. We talk about flowers. I don't give a fuck. I just want to talk. Like, let's talk. You don't want to talk. Anybody who doesn't want to talk about something, I don't need to talk to them about that.
Right.
You know, if you've had a UFO experience and you don't want to talk about it, like, okay. Let's talk about ghosts. Like, what do you think about Bigfoot? Like, I'll find out what you're about.